Hello folks, it's Barry here. Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. Hope you're well. Today we are doing the heavily requested homemade McDonald's apple pie. Ugh, so good. Over the years I've had loads of requests for these, but Pickup Boy tweeted me and I thought, yes, it is time. It was time, right boy? He's being quiet. He's always quiet on the camera, but trust me when I walk him, he is quite a bonkers pug indeed. These homemade McDonald's apple pies, notorious for two things really. One, they tasted amazing, and secondly, when you would bite into one, you'd be like, and you would get like a 3rd degree burn all the time, but you would still buy them. So I really hope you give this recipe a go. Someone's also told me that you don't always get them in all the McDonald's so much anymore, and they might have changed it to being baked, but we're going for fried today. First thing you want to do is slice up 3 Granny Smith apples. Now I've got my food gadget to help me with this, so it peels and cores it, all that stuff, and it actually kind of created like honeycomb shaped apples by the time I'd done all 3 of them, and I sliced those up again like into nice even sized chunks. So if you haven't got that, basically peel and core your apple and just get it nice and thin chunky. Stick those apples into a saucepan with some dark brown sugar and your spices. Now the full ingredients and method are on my website myvirginkitchen.com with a few more hints and tips. That goes over a low flame with also a knob of butter going in there. And that low flame is just going to melt down the butter. You're going to stir it through to coat it, get all those spices and sugar really on those apples, and it'll start to caramelize and bubble. Ideally what you want to do here is get as much flavour in those apples and soften them up. You want to take it off the flame just to cool down for a moment, and that mixture on its own is pretty darn stonking indeed. So while that mixture's slightly cooling down, get a sheet of ready-made puff pastry. You can make your own, but just using ready-made really adds simplicity to this recipe and saves you some time. Cut it into 4 even strips, and with each of those strips, what you'll do is get a pastry brush, add a little water around the edge, and spoon in the slightly cooled down apple mixture all in one half, leaving enough for a little edge around there, lifting over one side over the top like a flap over it and crimping it together to seal it with a fork. Stick that in the fridge to firm up for around about 10 minutes, and while you're doing that you want to get yourself a wok, add in some vegetable oil and begin to warm that up. I'm trying to remember what other pie flavours McDonald's did, but of course you can switch the ingredients up. Anyhow, once the oil is nice and hot so that when you put in a little piece of bread, it starts to fry immediately, you know it is time. So fry these individually in batches, one at a time. Get it in there until they're nice and golden brown. You might want to turn them a couple of times to make sure you get a nice consistent colour. They'll puff up, rest them on kitchen towel to fully cool down, and repeat that with the remaining pies. So good. And now we have to eat them. Yeah, so I've got one here. All right, mate. It has cooled. This has been sat about 15 minutes, so you hear the crunch? I was trying to say then, did you hear the crunch? I'm not sure if you translated that with my mouth full. Oh, so good. And plus, because it's homemade, you know what's going in it. You can make them as big as you like. Maybe I should make a giant one. That might get dangerous with the oil, but absolutely amazing. So if you try this recipe, don't forget to send me a picture at My Virgin Kitchen. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, let me know down below any more recipes you want to see next. That was rather stonking indeed. Well, mate, dog biscuits for you.